The world is full of opportunities, only for us to acknowledge our presence and appreciate the countless abilities we have. The world could be full of hardships too, but only for the people of the world to ignore them and go beyond. Defeat the defeats and come out victorious. The world is full of trust and respect as well, only for us to help each other realize it. The world can certainly be full of honesty, openness, and equality. It's only upon us to imagine. When in the 60s, Tibetans were given shelter in India, the newly settled people of Mcleodganj, a small town in the foothills of the Himalayas, made a decision of their lives. The decision was to be self-reliant and live a life brimming with self-esteem. They decided against working for anybody, but for themselves. They decided to work against domination and exploitation, but for cooperation. They imagined a life of democracy, and they realized a cooperative way of life. This person calls herself a worker first, only then a woman. As the founder of the Tibetan handicrafts production cum sale cooperative, this lady has had her life spun around freedom and has managed to impart the knowledge of justice amongst her peers. She, along with 300 other shareholders of the cooperative, has formed an unbreakable bond of solidarity that serves over 350 households today. The members of this cooperative catered to their cultural, economic, and social needs by simply continuing their traditional knowledge of weaving carpets and making handicrafts, but in an organized manner while adopting the cooperative principles and formally registering the cooperative enterprise under the Himachal Pradesh state cooperative laws.
To 40 share members, and they have collected share fees of 200 rupees, and total is come to be 4,000. And at the same time, His Holiness has contributed 5,000 rupees, and the cooperative society has been started. So actually, our share members come workers, they all are the share member of this cooperative society, and we provide them free accommodation for their living standard, and at the same time we used to provide competitive wages, and also we used to provide the 25% bonus from the net profit of the society every year. And plus this, we used to give 3,000 to 4,000 rupees per share members during the Tibetan New Year as a gift. And at the same time, their children are taking care of their education by this cooperative society. And at the same time, we provide a baby room for the workers' children and where we can provide the nutritious food. Like every day we provide fresh milk and eggs and biscuits and seasonable fruit all the time. So these provide workers, they are not finding any difficulties, they can concentrate more on the work. As when children have been kept by the ayahs and they keep the children during their work time, they can keep it on the baby rooms. And at the same time, since last 2000, in the year 2000, we have registered their provident fund with the regional employers organization at HP in Shimla. And actually the provident fund means what every month the workers, we can cut 12% from their wages. At the same time, the 12% has been contributed by the society. From my point of view, it is a little bit hesitate that society will be run for a long time or not, since the manpower is going to be decreased. And most the younger generation, they are not been able to or interested in weaving the Tibetan craft, like making the weaving the carpet. And the workers who are doing now, they almost become old, and they are sooner or later they are going to retire from their service. So it is, I think it is, we can find some difficulties after 5 or more than 5 years. Then we can find some difficulties over there. But at the present, we are not facing any problem, since we are able to sell our production easily. So meanwhile, this handicraft center has been, I think, the most successful Tibetan cooperative society within the Himachal Pradesh. So in the North Zone, this is the only cooperative society. Otherwise, we have got 15 cooperative society in India. And also in Arlis, the society is when fully depends on the government. Government means Tibetan exiled government, Central Tibetan administration. But since 2005, the Federation of Tibetan Cooperative Society has been established. So now onwards, slowly that we are going to be self-independent, and we are just separate from our government, and we are, I think, sooner or later, we won't be dependent on the government side. So we will be independently organization. So I think sooner or later we can have all the meeting of the cooperative society, and particularly in this year we are having the annual meeting of the 15 Tibetan Cooperative Society. They are organizing the meeting. So we can see at that time what will be the agenda for next coming years.
Today, the Handicrafts Cooperative functions with complete autonomy and caters to the needs of its employees. The cooperative has 4 units. One is the mill, where workers, mainly women, weave traditional carpets that have an international demand. The wool is purchased from local markets and is weaved on metal frames. Earlier, wooden frames were used by the workers, but with innovation and knowledge, metal frames that took lesser space and had a better utility were installed. The second unit is the tailoring section. where the tailors stitch newer clothes and thereafter the finished product leaves the unit for the cooperative store that exists close by for sale. And all this is managed by the small yet efficient team of employees under their manager. One has always appreciated good product, and many in the world pay a price much higher than what its actual cost is. But seldom does one think about what goes behind the production. The product reaches its destination, but at what cost? Have some things been hidden? Was there any domination of workers who made the product? Was there any stealing of ideas? Or will there be a responsible use of the commercial gain? No one can really know. But for people united with the cooperative principles, for they know all about their enterprise and want to share everything with openness and transparency to help build a better world.